When my grandmother's will was read, my stepsister inherited the entire family house. I got a dusty old recipe book everyone laughed at until I opened page 42. She thought she won the lottery, but she didn't realize I was the one holding the real fortune. My stepsister started smiling before the lawyer even finished reading the will. That's how sure she was. The house, the jewelry, the antique furniture, everything valuable had her name on it. And me? I got one item, a faded recipe book with cracked leather corners and flower stains older than me. The room actually laughed. My stepsister picked up the house keys and smirked. Well, at least you won't starve. Even the lawyer looked uncomfortable handing it to me. But the part that hurt wasn't the book. It was realizing my grandmother, the woman who raised me after my mom died, apparently thought that was all I deserved. 3 days later, my stepsister asked me when I'd be moving out. Not politely, more like she'd already waited too long. This place is legally mine now, she said, standing in the kitchen. I'm renovating before selling it. Selling it? The house my grandmother spent 40 years building. I packed my things that night. Didn't argue, didn't beg. I just took the recipe book with me. Because honestly, it was the only thing that felt personal. That night, sitting in my tiny apartment surrounded by boxes, I finally opened it. At first, it was exactly what it looked like. Handwritten recipes, notes in the margins, random grocery lists. Then, I reached page 42 and something fell out. A folded envelope, yellowed with age, my name written on the front in my grandmother's handwriting. My chest tightened instantly because suddenly, this didn't feel accidental anymore. Inside the envelope was a short letter, just 3 sentences. If your stepsister is reading this, she found the wrong thing first. If it's you, then you were patient enough to find what matters. The real inheritance was never the house. Under the letter were documents, old investment certificates, tech company shares purchased in 2003. At first, I thought they were worthless. Then I searched the company name, and my stomach dropped because the company had become massive, like internationally massive. The shares alone were worth millions, more than the house, more than everything in that will combined. The craziest part? My grandmother had already legally transferred ownership into my name years earlier. Nobody noticed because everyone was too focused on the visible inheritance, the house, the jewelry, the things you could show off. Meanwhile, the worthless recipe book contained the only thing that actually mattered. A month later, my stepsister called me out of nowhere, suddenly nice, asked if we could reconnect. Apparently, she found out after trying to refinance the house and seeing the old financial records attached to my grandmother's estate. By then, it was too late. Everything was already finalized. Legally mine. She inherited a house she immediately tried to sell. I inherited the one thing my grandmother actually trusted someone to keep. Turns out, the smartest people don't hide value in safes. They hide it where greedy people never think to look.